Great effort by our team defensively tonight. Really happy with our pressure. We set a record since 7 years as the coach here. We had over 70 deflections tonight. So we had 39 at half. So we also set they told me we set a record with 23 steals. So tremendous effort on the defensive end. And obviously it dictated the tempo of the game and never let Little Rock get their bearings on offense. So that I was happy with. We rebounded the ball a little bit better tonight. We still got to get better with our offensive execution at times. We're careless with the ball, taking ill-advised shots at times. We got to get our points per possession up higher. Staying focused on defense and our effort, and playing with more physicality around the rim. David and Sheck, I think, they combined for 24 points. Had one missed shot between them. So I was really happy they gave us some inside presence. Really happy with that.
Those early surges defensively by you guys this year have been a key to a lot of wins. How much is that just something that teams aren't prepared for what you guys are bringing defensively?
Well, I think, when you play certain teams, it's hard to simulate recovery speed and athleticism in your practice. And that's a big part of it. The teams haven't seen that. It's really hard to simulate it. It'd be like trying to simulate Syracuse's zone in practice. You can talk about it, but until you see it. What I was most happy with today is it was pretty much for 40 minutes.
Coach, are you a bit more okay with a little bit higher number of turnovers this year? With how much you guys are trying to push the pace?
No, I think more possessions. They're going to be statistically higher per possession because there's more possessions in the game, but that would maybe mean one or two more. We've been 4 or 5 more. So we still have got to improve in that area.
Does this team have more of a defensive killer instinct and sensing with the way another team can be rattled sometimes maybe than other ones you've had? Or?
Well, it's just depth. I think 2 years ago we were a deep team and we used our press a lot. The difference with this team is both of our pseudo 4 men, or really 3 men, are athletic and can press, where Ibrahim and Thomas couldn't. And it's just been, we worked so hard on instituting certain things with our style of play that we needed some practice time to work on our pressure and doing a better job of dictating the tempo with it. And we had great practices this week. I was really unhappy with the job I did preparing our team for Alabama. I thought I let us get soft. When I say I'm not happy with the way we played against Alabama, I'm the coach, so I try to evaluate what happened and why it happened. So stopped us from getting soft. Getting hot. We'll go and dress them up.
Said you wanted to get Shaq Thomas in the Alabama game and didn't get a chance to. Were you pleased with what he showed tonight? He
just needs minutes. The more minutes he gets, the better he's going to play. He just needs minutes. He's a guy with a lot of talent. He's still figuring out. He's just still figuring out where to be on offense. In certain decisions.
Is Jeremiah okay?
He's got for 2 years he's had a severed tendon that he's fought. Yeah. So right now we're contemplating whether we should do surgery on it. And one of his, I think it's his ring finger on his left hand.
Ring finger on his left hand.
Don't quote me on that.
Right, yeah.
Lucky I can find my ring finger.
Yeah.
But I think it's.
Is that something that happened,
it's happened to him
practice?
Twice.
Yeah.
It's happened to him twice.
Mick, Sean was saying how he felt like you were a little upset early because of the sluggishness.
Yeah.
Was there a point where you started feeling better about things early, where you thought, okay, this is what I want to see?
Well, our defense was excellent from the jump, but we're 0 for 6 in our first 6 possessions with 3 turnovers. We were sloppy would be the term I would use. But we got to quit wasting possessions. My goal is for us to be a higher efficient team on offense. Right now, we're in the top 12 in the country defensive efficiency. Statistically, we're ranked 42nd on offensive efficiency. That's where we've got to improve. To be great, you've got to be great on both ends. You can win a lot of games being a heck of a defensive team, but to really be great, you got to be able to score. And you're going to run into teams that can score on you. You're going to have to be able to trade with them.
Right.
And you know, that's what happened last year, knocked us out of the tournament against Ohio State. We ran into a team that could score and was efficient on offense. And we shut them down for periods of time, but not for, you're only going to shut a team like that down so much. You got to be able to score against them. So we got enough guys that can put it in the basket. We just got to do a better job executing.
Well, what do you try to do in a case like that where you don't think you're being efficient? Is there a certain guy you try to go to that you think might get things going?
Yeah, well, in the second half, we did a better job screening for Sean Kilpatrick. You know, for us, it's a learning thing because we're trying to play fast. And if we don't get a layup on a break, and we've got to be more organized with what we're doing. We've got to get away from forcing the play that's not there and then flowing into execution. When we don't have an easy basket on a break right now, we're forcing a break that isn't there. We got to flow into execution. And that's where I got to do a better job, and my point guard's got to do a better job of getting us organized. Because when we get organized, we're pretty decent with our execution.
Anything else?
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.